What's up guys, this is KhUnlimited. Today I have another video for you guys, and this is another Dragon Ball Z video. So this is a Dragon Ball discussion, and I'm basically going to be talking about a topic, which is, will Pan be in Dragon Ball Super? So I'm going to be stating my opinion right now, and I don't think Pan will be in Dragon Ball Super, and by that I mean the Pan that we know. So basically Pan was first shown at the end of Dragon Ball Z, where they basically jumped a few years into the future and they showed her as a kid, maybe 4 to 5 years old, somewhere there. And then they showed her a bit older in Dragon Ball GT, where she was portrayed as a character that not a lot of people like. So basically, you could tell by, I don't think there was any official feedback, but you can tell that people didn't really like her. Like me myself, I didn't like her on the internet. Whenever I saw people talk about her, they didn't really like her. Maybe there's a few here and there which liked Pan's character, but there's a lot of people that didn't like her just because of her attitude and how she's portrayed. It's just kind of, I just didn't really like her in my opinion, and a lot of people didn't like her. So that's just something I really want to get out on the forefront, is that she wasn't really a liked or loved character by a majority of the Dragon Ball fans. So I think that's one of the main reasons why I don't think she will be coming back in Dragon Ball Super. So yeah, so that's basically the main reason she won't come in Dragon Ball Super, and there's kind of other reasons why she won't probably come in Super, or why she'll come back, or it could be a he this time, come back in a different form. And the main thing is that in the movies, Dragon Ball Battle of Gods, and I think in Resurrection of F, like I've stated that I've never seen it, she's not in any of them. In Dragon Ball Battle of Gods, Videl is pregnant, showing that they don't have a kid yet, since they didn't really mention Pan or show Pan. So that kind of hints that they want to have a new beginning, so they're probably going to have a new character, whether it be a son or a daughter, or someone who's not even named Pan this time, but it's probably going to be someone that's not like Pan at all, since I'm pretty sure the developers wouldn't really, not developers, this isn't a game, but the writers wouldn't want to make the same mistake as they saw the negative feedback from the audience. So I feel like there's going to be a whole new character to be Gohan's son or daughter. So because Pan wasn't in the movies, I think she's just not going to be there, and they're just going to create a whole new character from scratch or whatever they're going to do, just to get a fresh new start and not make the same mistake again. Another thing is that the end of DBZ and GT are not canon anymore, because they just aren't. Like if you look at Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F, the way the timeline is just that they're not canon. Bulma and Chi-Chi and whatever characters are not as old as they were shown at the time, and like Vegeta and all that, they're still like the same age as they were like in the middle of Dragon Ball Z, maybe just a bit older, and they all basically look the same. And one of the main evidences is that Goten and Trunks are still young in the movies. If you look at the end of Dragon Ball Z, or even in Dragon Ball GT, Trunks and Goten were about, I'd say, 15-16 years old, but they're still kids. And one thing funny about that is, at the timeline now, they should actually be 15 and 16 years old, but the writers are actually keeping Goten and Trunks young. And that's something that I kind of really quick mention is, I think that's really a brilliant idea, since me myself, I didn't really like how Goten's and Trunks characters played out. Like any character actually that they shown grown up, like after they transitioned to like about 10 years later, I didn't really like how any of the characters turned out. It's like they just like did some stupid turn of the story, and like everyone just turned out retarded. Like I honestly didn't like any of the characters, how they were portrayed, how Goten and Trunks, they weren't into fighting anymore. Like Goten was focused on girls, things like that. I really don't think that was what they should have done. So now that they're keeping Goten and Trunks as kids for longer, I feel like they could focus on better things, like them fighting again, maybe them becoming badass as they grow up slowly, and we actually growing up with them, unlike them just shown in Dragon Ball Z to be kids, and like the next episode they're just like about 16 years old and just dumbasses that don't fight anymore. So I feel like the team keeping them as kids is the right thing to do, and it's just kind of another thing that shows that Pan doesn't exist, since now that they're actually kids now in this timeline and not 15 or 16. That's just another thing to contradict that Pan probably won't be here, since that the team is changing so much things up in the story from what it was shown previously, and that's just giving more evidence that what happened in Dragon Ball GT and at the end of Z is not canon anymore. So because of all this, I really don't think she'll be coming back in Dragon Ball Super, but she will just be technically reborn as a whole new character. I don't know if it's a she, I don't know if it's a he, I really don't care. I feel like if it's a girl, I guess it could be cool, since we don't really have any badass girl characters that fight a lot. But again, if it was a guy, I'd be okay with that too, because they've always been doing it. I really don't care, as long as they don't make the same mistake as they did with GT, how Pan was just kind of an asshole, and she just got there, like whenever like she did something or something I didn't like, I just kind of like face palmed, and I'm like, Pam, what are you doing? Well, Pan, why Pan? But I think now that they're restarting this whole thing, I feel like they could kind of reverse through that and just make a whole new character that the audience would actually love, and not someone that you'd kind of cringe when you watch and like just facepalm, since they're just getting another chance. It's smart. They're going back in the timeline and rebuilding it from there. So that's basically all I want to say. That's my opinion on Pan in Dragon Ball Super, and I want your guys' opinion. Do you guys want Pan in Dragon Ball Super? Did you guys even like Pan? Just let me know down in the comments below. Tell me your opinion on Pan, and that's all I have to say. So thank you guys for watching. Remember, the possibilities for Dragon Ball are unlimited. Later.